Our spiritual journey tonight will begin.
Can't outrun your fate.
Let me tell you about you.
I know who you are, what you are, and why you have come.
Take a good look at these cards, young man. They contain all the secrets of the universe.
What does it say?
Come on over, Anton.
I'm a little nervous, but...
I don't bite. So I have this new engineer, Anton, who is like really cool and my new best friend.
Thank you.
And I thought it would be fun to read his cards. So why don't you shuffle?
I'm terrible at shuffling.
Do you know, I've been doing this over 44 years, far longer than you've been alive, and I still can't shuffle. So don't feel bad.
Get the Anton energy, so you say.
That's right. That's right.
And this is
he learns so fast.
This is my first reading ever.
Oh, you've never had a tarot card reading?
This is my first time.
So what I like to tell the newbies, tarot shows you the path that you're on. If we see something coming up that you don't like, it is an opportunity to do it differently. So, you know, in the case of the reading we just did with Jennifer, there were some things she didn't like, but she is on course, so she isn't necessarily going to change it because she knows she's got some hard stuff to handle. But you are, you know, if you don't like something that you see, you can say, forget that. You know, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to approach this with different energy. I'm going to, you know, change my lifestyle perhaps, or, you know, whatever we see going on. Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right.
I think I shuffled those to the best of my abilities. So
okay.
Let's do it.
So what kind of subject would you like me to look at? Or do you just want me to see what I see?
Not so easy, is it?
But I had a completely different answer until she phrased it that way. So let's just go for the ride.
All right.
Let's see what you see.
All right. Okay.
These cards look really scary.
Oh, they're not. They're not.
All right, let's do this.
So we start with the Nine of Swords in reverse. When I say a card's in reverse, it's upside down as it faces me.
Okay.
And this is actually, when it's upside down in reverse, it's a good card. It says that, I'll show it to you straight up, first of all.
Okay.
So she's in this dark room, and it does look scary, and swords look scary, you know. But none of these swords are attacking her. They're stacked on the wall behind her, and she is turned away from them. Swords in the tarot are our thoughts. We say someone is sharp, right? So she is turned away from her thoughts. Her world is fine. She's cozy in bed. She even has a comforter here, okay? Yours is upside down, which is saying you're facing the hard stuff. You are in a sort of a process of, you know, looking at your inner journey and what makes you tick. And it's a good healing card. So
oddly accurate.
Yeah. So
okay.
Just right from the get-go. So
okay.
Our next card, we do have the Lovers in reverse. So usually this is romance. And in reverse, it does feel like that's a little problematic for you right now. So it can be feeling separate from your lover. It can be feeling uncertain about the future. Sometimes it's not having one, but I am just seeing like there's a little tension or something not feeding the romance in the most positive way right now.
Highly accurate. Go ahead.
So I do have the Three of Cups in reverse. This is our party card. And in reverse, it's saying a little too much, Anton. It might, you know, it's about, it doesn't have to be that you're smoking and drinking too much. Sometimes it can be eating too much. Sometimes it can be just too much celebration. Like, oh my God, I have 3 graduation announcements in my mailbox plus a wedding. And how am I going to do all of that? And, you know, a couple $100 a pop for each kid. And, you know, that's too much party. Yeah. So it kind of depends how you want to apply it. But I am seeing that there's a lot being asked of you socially. And so it just feels like you're kind of wearing down a little bit, you know. So I would say if you can stay home more, If you can just
If I could like not leave the house, that would be lovely. I like being home these days. So
Good.
That's, again, oddly accurate. All right. I like where this is going.
Your top card, this is the one you're not going to like. And it's the Five of Pentacles. And it's just saying that money's really tight this year. And welcome to the economy, you know.
Welcome to being an adult.
Yeah. It's a rough year for a lot of people. I do, oftentimes I work with my clients about money, and I do like to say that the people who have money like it. And that sounds like such an obvious thing, right? But most people aren't after money for money's sake. Money isn't like a hobby for most people. They're after what money gets them. And so if you got interested in money for, you know, just to have a little bit of personal power, like if I said to you, if you had, let's say you had $10,000 in the bank, no one would call you rich, right? But think of the peace of mind of having that cushion, right? If you lost your job unexpectedly, you could float for a little while. If your car broke down, you could get something, you know, you would never bounce a check. It gives you a peace of mind, and that is power. So I would love you to get more interested in money for money's sake, building money, growing money. You know, the other thing I say to my clients all the time, if I just join a health club and I say, Anton, I am going to get so in shape and I am going to work out twice a month. Well, you'd be like, Julia, twice a month, that's probably not going to do it, right? But that's about how much time the average person spends on their bills, like the 1st and the 15th. And the rest of the month, not thinking about it. So just like if I am physically fit, it's a daily or almost daily practice. And so fiscally fit, same thing. You need to be... Yep. You need to be reading about money. You need to be interested in money. I'm not saying read dull stuff. I'm not saying look at the stock exchange every day, because that wouldn't do anything for me. But there are fun books. There are spiritual books around the idea of money and just kind of raising your money vibration. And I can recommend a ton of them if anyone wants to write me on mysticfix.com. So moving along here, you know, I think money is sort of the issue this year. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to be suffering, but it does mean that it's tight, and it could be certainly a lot better. So as we go forward, I have the Six of Swords in reverse. So this tends to be either a travel or movement card. So sometimes it's actual travel, like, you know, going, you know, to Europe or something. Other times it's traveling to the next phase in life. Yours is upside down, which is saying you cannot do it in the next 6 months. So whether you're trying to just elevate yourself, maybe get a promotion, or whether you're trying to, as I said, go to Europe or South America or whatever, it looks like it's going to be longer than 6 months before you can do that. And it is on the heels of that money thing, by the way. So as we go forward, you've got a Queen of Wands and a Queen of Cups here. And this tends to be feminine energy. Queen of Wands tends to be like a woman. She's fun, she's lively, but she's a queen, so she's probably a bit older than you. You respect her. She could be someone you work for. She could be a mother. She could be an aunt. But I would say, Anton, that you're surrounded really with this feminine energy. And Queen of Cups is the loving mother. She even has babies on her throne there. So definitely, I would say your mom looks like a big part of your life in a super positive way. Yes. But then there's these other females around you too. Like you just look embraced to me by women. So
accurate.
So that's really nice. Yeah. So now you've had a tarot card reading. Any questions?
Oddly accurate. I don't have questions, but this entire roundup looks pretty dead on.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even with these two cards specifically, if we could name those out.
The Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords in reverse.
Yes. So, you know, looking for a job in my field and all that good stuff really worked. That's been like a nonstop process pretty much for like the last 2 years. So
sure.
And I have associated that with once I get that job that I want, I can start moving around financially in the way that I would prefer to. But until then,
right,
I'm sitting tight.
Yeah.
So no surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
No surprise, but the good things, everything is accurate, good, and I won't say bad.
Right, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's just a thing.
It's just accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It's life.
Awesome.
So
well, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right.
I really enjoyed this.
Cool.
Thank you.
You bet. My new book, Tarot Life Lessons, on Destiny Books, is real life stories from my journals about working as a professional tarot card reader, and it is now available to pre-order on Amazon.com. This July, I'll also be reading cards at the Illuminate Festival in Ocean City, Maryland, on July 29th. If you've never been to an Illuminate Festival, they are all over the United States, and you can learn more at illuminatefestivals.com. Before we go, I want to thank our sponsor, Comaflight. I love doing this show, and it would not be possible without Comaflight. Want an amazing spiritual weekend getaway? There are new Comaflight weekends scheduled all the time at the Chosen Retreat Center in Sebastian, Florida. Deepening intimacy through somatic movement, Comaflight distills and blends the dynamism of contact improv, the serene flow of Watsu, the deep tissue release of Thai massage, and the exhilaration of acro yoga. Comaflight comprises a new modality for reanimating the body. Visit @Comaflight, that's KAMAFLIGHT, on Instagram for videos, links, and more information. So glad you could join us for another episode of Mystic Fix. If this is your kind of programming, please like and subscribe to the podcast or videocast. Subscriptions get us found in searches, and it really helps. You're listening to Mystic Fix on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL, and I am Julia Gordon-Bramer. Until next time.